Girl is born with rare appearance and shocks parents who decide to do this. When Brielle Burr turned 6 months old, her parents Ryan and Candace Burr of Taylorsville, Utah threw her a party because everyone told them that their daughter would never live to celebrate her first birthday. Born with Behr-Stevenson syndrome, a rare disorder that causes premature fusing of the skull, blockage of the nasal passages, brain growth issues, and a furrowed appearance, Brielle would be lucky to live several months, let alone a year, doctors told the Burrs in 2013 when she was only 1 day old. 4 years later, now that Brielle recently celebrated turning 4, we hope to continue beating the odds, Candace 31 tells People. In spite of all her challenges, Brielle has shown feistiness and spirit from the very beginning. Her positive attitude helps people who meet her to realize they have nothing to be negative about. Fewer than 25 people worldwide have Behr-Stevenson syndrome, with most infants dying within the first few months. For a long time, I didn't allow myself to think about the future, adds Candace, an invoice clerk with 2 other children, Kaya 7 and Brooke 6 months, neither having any health issues. I never bought Christmas presents too early, and I didn't plan a Halloween costume for Brielle too soon, she says, because it was difficult to think of her not being there for those things. But now I finally decided that's just no way to live, so we absolutely plan the future with Brielle in it. She's a fighter, and we're not going to give up on her. Before Brielle was born, the only problem an ultrasound revealed was craniosynostosis, a rare but correctable skull problem that causes a baby to be born with an abnormally shaped head. To discover her prognosis for Behr-Stevenson syndrome was devastating. Ryan, a 33-year-old framing contractor, tells People. We were overwhelmed and worried, but Brielle obviously wanted to continue to be here with us, so we fought for her and became the best advocates we could be. To raise awareness about Brielle's rare condition, the Burrs post frequently on Facebook and offer their support to other families struggling with news of a rare diagnosis. When we first started on this journey, not a lot was known about Behr-Stevenson's, Candace tells People. We couldn't find out much about it, so it's important for us to share what we learn along the way while at the same time ensuring that our daughter's legacy will be remembered. Because Brielle is dependent on oxygen, a ventilator, and feeding tube, she requires constant monitoring and rarely leaves the neighborhood where her parents take her for frequent rides in a golf cart to visit other families. For her first 3.5 years, she didn't make a single sound, says Candace, but she recently taught herself to say mama and dada through her ventilator. We feel like she understands quite well. It's her body that limits her, she says. Her intellect is there, which is remarkable considering the cranial pressure she has experienced on and off her entire life. Frequent surgeries on Brielle's skull have been necessary to take away the pressure, but through it all, she brings a special spirit into our home because she is full of personality and loves to make people laugh, says Ryan. Even without saying a word, she's one of the funniest people I know. Because Brielle is especially close to her older sister Kaya, the Burrs coordinate the girls' Halloween costumes to match every year. Brielle has undergone numerous surgeries on her skull, and one surgery involved removing some granulation from her airway, which has allowed her to become a lot more vocal. Every day's a gift, but she's 4 now, and we never thought we'd be here. Who's to say we can't double that this year? Another terrible situation. Despite the rain in New York City on Tuesday, many people stopped to give hope through photos to a little girl with severe face cancer find free medical care. Some of them were moved to tears as they posed for photos with the little girl's portrait for her birthday. Jennifer Ellen Frialis is a 9-year-old in the Philippines who has a rare form of cancer called Ewing sarcoma. Jennifer Allen's cancer is primarily on her face and has left her with severe facial abnormalities. Ewing sarcoma in itself is rare, and having it in the face even more so, according to Dr. Stephen Dubois, a pediatric oncologist at Dana-Farber Boston Children's Cancer and Blood Disorders Center. Only approximately 250 to 300 new patients are diagnosed each year in the United States, Dubois told ABC News. Ewing sarcoma can arise anywhere in the body, but the most common sites are in the bones of the legs and arms and in the pelvis. Involvement of the bones of the face is unusual. Dubois said he has never seen a case like this before. The number of pediatric Ewing sarcoma cases diagnosed in the Philippines each year is unknown, but Maya's Hope, the organization behind the birthday photos in New York City, said Jennifer Allen does not have access to proper medical care in the Philippines. In a video Jennifer Allen's mother made, Leah Frialis said she hopes a doctor in the USA will consider my daughter. Eventually, with the help of the foundation, Jennifer Allen has given chemotherapy in her home country, but she needs surgery, Rowan Chak said, and that can only happen in the US. If there's any hope for her, it's here, she said. The general approach to treating a patient with Ewing sarcoma involves intensive chemotherapy as well as local measures to the primary tumor. Local measures may include surgery, radiation therapy, or some combination of both, Dr. Dubois told ABC News. Now Maya's Hope is hoping the photos of Jennifer Allen will inspire a US-based doctor to see her.